Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energies, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. It takes you right to my book online page. All right, let's get to your reading. The overall energy of the reading is the High Priestess in reverse. Feels like someone who isn't following their intuition, someone who feels very blocked, or purposely, maybe purposeful blocking. Feels like this person does not have potential. They feel very limited because they're not able to tune into their intuition. This energy that I'm tuning into, it feels like they've rejected intuition. They reject emotions. It feels bigger than, feels like they've rejected their own feminine energy. And so they look down on feminine energy. It looks like they're very confused and like stuck in this waiting energy. Anything else about this? Who is this? This could be someone you're in a connection with. This quite possibly could be a current romantic partner. Feels like there's a lot of fighting going on. This energy, it feels like they're feeling insecure about where they stand. They belittle intuition, feminine energies. It feels very specific about feminine energies, spirituality, those who understand non-physical energies. It feels like this person does not have access to that, so it must just be false or made up or wow, very interesting. Feels like they're in a crowd also, like their friends, their family, the people they run in crowds. It feels like they have a lot to say about negatively about intuition, spirituality. I get that it feels like you are someone, I feel like you're the high priestess upright, but what this reading is about the people around you who can't or don't perceive this about you. Feels like the more you find your truth and communicate your truth and walk in the light of your truth, that it's making it very apparent who's not for you. Feels like you've had to let go of a lot of people around you who can't perceive you, can't see the same things you do, and instead of validating your experience as unique or different, you're not fitting in. You're standing out, you're not fitting in, and it feels like this is an environment where you're really not allowed the permission to be fully yourself. Definitely not in your feminine energy, not feeling, not believing. And so it feels like, boy, it feels like a lot of struggle going on in this environment, in this reading. Wow. All right, the hidden blessings is the Hanged Man in reverse. Feels like the blessing is that at some point you limited yourself to stay around people who couldn't perceive the mystical aspects of who you are. I might be talking to somebody who has had or is having an awakening or has experienced opening up to these more subtle energies, lower chakras, upper chakras, the intuition. And the blessing is not limiting yourself anymore, not staying in an environment that is too small for you, or people who just can't perceive what you're perceiving. It looks like you are seeking others who can perceive you and see the value and appreciate what you bring to the table instead of needing you to conform. I think if you have left this behind, is what I'm tuning into, or are in the process of detangling from those who just can't perceive the world, yourself, the way you do. It feels like you're finding your people. You've been willing to take leaps of faith to allow others to perceive you how they want to, maybe even foolish. But what's interesting is beautiful. What's interesting as you trust yourself and stop listening to others who just can't perceive this energy, then it's like you're following your desires, you're feeling very inspired, and things are really happening for you. You're creating new energy, new things in your life. It feels like you've got a calling, and you are moving out into the world following this, but the calling feels like it's coming internally. You're willing to trust yourself, trust how those feelings make you feel, and taking action. Things are really happening for you. Feels like it's as you are decentering, trying to fit in and trying to have others validate you and appreciate you, letting that go, centering yourself, centering what you want as a soul, then now things are really moving. Now you have new energies coming in. There's abundance. You're not feeling so stuck, so hindered. It feels like in the past you were in environments that were just too small for you. Also, by trying to limit who you are to make others happy, there's also this underlying resentment that you might have unconsciously and uncommunicated, that you have to play this small role, and resenting others that they can't see you. All right, moving on to what you're leaving behind. So the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. doesn't have resources, doesn't have abundance, doesn't have stability, security, doesn't know how to create for herself. So it looks like you're leaving that behind. It feels like you might have been in that Queen of Pentacles energy for a long time, and around people who are also in this energy. What do we need? You're leaving behind also like nervous system dysregulation by being in environments that you don't feel welcome, you don't feel appreciated, you don't feel cared for. It feels like people in this environment are kind of poking fun at your beliefs, and so poking fun at you, like you're the punchline in their joke. Yeah, you're leaving behind this communication that's just painful and hurtful. It feels like you're looking back at this and realize that, like, why did I tolerate that for so long? Why did I consider these people that are treating me this way as my friends and family? And so it feels like you're leaving behind some type of unconscious permission. It's acceptable. It's okay to treat you this way. I think you're revoking that, and you're setting up healthy boundaries and saying, this type of treatment, I cannot control how you behave. But it feels like once someone has shown you that they're okay with betraying you, they're okay with treating you this way, it feels like there's this realization that you can't come back from that. If you allow someone who feels comfortable betraying you, if they want back in your energy, I think I think you've shown me that you're not for me. I think I've gotten all the information I needed to from this connection, and it feels like you might be cutting off people from your past, maybe even family members who feel very comfortable making you the sacrifice, communicating, especially around communication, that it's okay to treat you this way. It's okay that this is acceptable. And I think there's taking your power back by saying, I can't control how you behave, but since you've shown me how you feel about me in a very clear way and in a pattern, I'm just not going to make I'm leaving this behind. I don't want this. Feels like standing up for yourself. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. How to get the most of this energy is the Tower. Tower is sudden collapse of delusion, illusion. It feels like this might be creating towers in someone's energy. You standing up for yourself, you recognizing the people in your environment instead of, well, this is, my aunt, this is my uncle, this is my cousin, this is my brother, this is my sister. So I have to. It feels like you are instead taking all of those titles and just evaluating, do I receive this? Do I enjoy this? Is this the type of relationship I want to? It feels like you're making some very big decisions, and it feels like the Tower is for the people in your environment who you're just allowing yourself to see clearly. Not how do I fix it? How do I repair this relationship? You're showing me exactly who you are. You're showing me exactly how comfortable you feel treating me in a certain way, and noted. So I'm going to make decisions based on that you're not invited. I don't you're not allowed. I do not receive this as loving. This causes overwhelm. It feels like not even convincing or discussing this. It feels like you're behaving. An alarm's gone off. And the alarm is warning you, oh, this isn't a friend. I don't care what their title is. That's not friendly behavior. I do not receive that as friendly behavior. It feels like you are giving yourself permission as to who is allowed access to you, and in a very empowering way. Like, okay, if you don't value me, if you feel very comfortable making me the butt of a joke, if you feel very comfortable projecting limitation onto me and talking to me in a way that you know I don't enjoy, then that's all I need to know about you. Yeah, this is not happiness. This is the sun in reverse. This is confusion. This is someone, maybe even a group of people that feel very comfortable with your discomfort. I think you're tired of being in environments and maybe not advocating, maybe advocating for yourself, but not getting the results. Same group of people expecting different results. I think there's like the lights going on, a tower moment. Oh my gosh, these people aren't for me. No matter what they say. Yeah. Ooh, it feels like you've had it. Someone's had it. Okay, what's supporting you is the Page of Cups. What is this? What's supporting the viewer? It feels like there's a bit of an arrested development here. It feels like there's been unhealed wounds in your own space that have made you the person maybe in your friend group. This feels kind of family like, that it's okay to treat you in a certain way. I think what they don't realize is that you've been maturing, you've been integrating and focusing on something that you're wanting to create for yourself. It's been a challenge to move on, to overcome obstacles. It's been a challenge to move away from these type of energies. However, it looks like what's supporting you is that you're making different choices. Decision, like, which way do I go? And it feels like you're focusing away from these energies that I've been describing and focusing on a new beginning, a new opportunity coming in for you. Very tangible, 3D, feels around work and finances. Feels like you're creating your own world around you. Since you don't enjoy the environments and this family structure, this type of family structure, it's like, I'm going to go create my own environment where I can be myself and be loved and supported as myself, not having to hide myself, but be abundant, be magical, be in my divine feminine. And it feels like you're taking that information that's up here that you have intuitive hits about, and you're integrating and bringing it into your reality and creating. Feels like you're having to watch your finances. It feels like you're making choices with your finances about what you want to create for yourself, and you're inviting in these new opportunities and letting go of old beliefs that kept you very stuck, kept you unable to really move on. Maybe the beliefs that this is my family, so they're allowed to treat me any way they want, and it's my whatever beliefs are keeping you in environments where people don't treat you well, no matter what title they have. Feels like you're giving yourself permission to let go of those beliefs and to stop just planning and just going for it, going for the life that you prefer to have. All right, what to be mindful of is the Queen of Cups in reverse. Feels like overwhelm, emotional overwhelm, being responsible for how others view you. It's not your job to convince others of the you'd prefer to be and the life you'd prefer to be living. As a matter of fact, it feels like that's giving your power away. I need you to see that I can be successful. I need you. It feels like not giving your power away to those who can't perceive you, can't, refuse. I think what bothers, it feels like there's a person or people in your environment who don't want you to move on, because it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of inner strength. And if you move on and you take the wisdom that you've learned and start applying it and healing yourself and healing from this, then it's like you step into the star energy. These people that I've been tuning into, they don't like individuality, and they don't like someone going after their dreams, because they much prefer to stay in stories of victimization themselves, and that's why they can't do it. But if you are able to accomplish what you set out to, you're able to create an environment where you're celebrated, where you love being in that environment, where you're appreciated and cared for, then something it doesn't compute. Boy, it really doesn't compute, because they've told a lot of stories about your limitations. And so if you say, I am not these limitations, I am not these projections, and watch what I can do. Look what I can do with my life. Look what I can do. I can go at it alone. I much rather be alone and find myself and heal myself than continue to be in environments where that are poison to my soul. So, beautiful reading. Feels very empowering, and feels like finding yourself and not allowing people around you to dictate who you are and what you can and can't do. Wow. All right, hope that's helpful. Take care. Bye.